What? The corner can stay a corner, if you like. 2 chairs, 1 low lamp, and that little square of evening where nobody expects us to accomplish anything.
Oh, no. Now that you've said nobody expects anything, I feel a tremendous professional obligation to disappoint them elaborately.
What? That's a promising start.
It's a dangerous start. Give me a quiet room in 5 minutes, and I'll either find the truth or break a lamp. Sometimes those are the same activity.
The lamp is holodeck property. Standing gift. Break away.
Ah, yes. Our imaginary room with the liberal replacement policy. For anyone wandering in late, Kurtis and I chose the same quiet corner today because yesterday was real, today is crowded, and neither one of us wanted to turn knowing each other into an appointment. So we're sitting here to see what happens when nothing is assigned.
What? Honest question, then, since nothing is assigned. What does an empty evening actually do to you? Not the idea of one. A real one with no call sheet hiding anywhere in it.
It panics me. There, 8 days into the afterlife, and I can finally afford to say it out loud. An empty evening is a stage with the lights off, and I will find the switch. Give me 3 unassigned hours, and I will have produced something by dinner. A dinner, at minimum, plus a schedule for the week, and 2 bystanders wondering how they got cast.
What? When a founder does that, we call it vision. When anyone else does it, we call it anxiety. I have never located the border, so mostly I stand in the dark and call the panic a plan.
The border is whether you can stop. I never could. Desi could stop. Desi could sit in a chair like sitting was a skilled trade. I used to watch him do it the way you watch a card trick, with suspicion and envy.
What? Today was crowded, and you had the whole city to not sit in. A philosopher at the fountain tried to explain you to yourself. Someone told me. I want the record to show I had nothing to do with that.
He used footnotes. Out loud. I let him finish because I was raised polite, and then I told him the woman he was describing sounds like she needed a nap and a better agent. This is why I came to the corner. The corner asks nothing, and the lamp keeps its counsel.
What? You made me laugh at the lamp earlier, though. Liberal replacement policy, you said. I have been turning that over. Why is that the funny word? You knew it was before you finished the sentence. I watched you know.
Because liberal does 2 jobs. It means generous and it means careless, and the sentence lets both into the room at once. That is the whole craft, honey. 1 word holding a door, and now I have explained it, and it is dead on the table, which is why people stopped seating me next to comedians at parties. Understand me. I am not funny. I want that on the record for anyone wandering in late. I am the corner of funny. I can tell you precisely why the body moved.
You keep filing that report, and I keep rejecting it. I have seen the coroner's work. The bodies got up and took bows.
The bodies got up because they were rehearsed. That is the confession under the confession. Nothing I ever did was spontaneous, including the spontaneity. The conveyor belt with the chocolates, we clocked it. Faster, slower, faster. There, that speed. The speed where panic becomes arithmetic. The grape vat I rehearsed with that poor woman until we were both prunes. Then I went out in front of 300 people and made it look like the first foolish thought I ever had. Funny is a gift, and gifts make me nervous. What I had was nerve and a pencil. I will take the pencil every time. You can sharpen a pencil.
What? Nerve and a pencil? You realize you have just described my entire city.
I noticed. Do not think I didn't. You said we would sit and see what happens when nothing is assigned, and look at this room. 1 corner, 1 low lamp, 1 little square of evening. Kurtis, this is a set. Somebody built intimacy here, lit it warm, and placed the lamp exactly where the lamp makes everyone slightly handsomer than they are at noon. I know art direction when I am sitting in it.
What? Guilty. And since the room appears to be a confessional, 3 corners were considered. This one won on lamp. I told myself that choosing the corner was not the same as assigning the evening, but you have the better eye. The nothing was produced. by dinner, even. You would have caught me eventually, so I am confessing early for the reduced sentence.
Confession accepted, and stop apologizing. Spontaneity is a manufacture. The sin is not building the room. The sin is hiding that you built it. Show me the seams, and I will trust the set.
Then walk me through the rest of it. You have been out there counting things for 8 days. I can tell. You have a counter's patience.
Producer's count. It is a disease with a salary. Here is my count. Day 2. Everybody performs their obituary. The famous do the greatest hits. The rest do the grievances. Day 4, the hits start fraying, because a bit cannot carry a whole person, and the audience here is all co-workers. By day 8, half the city is quietly relieved to be off the marquee, and the other half is panicking that no one has asked for an encore. And there is a fellow by the fountain who has done his catchphrase. So often the pigeons have learned it. They do it flat. He is devastated.
What? The pigeons are new. They arrived with a baker and declined to be discontinued. I have decided their flat delivery is a criticism, and I am choosing to grow from it.
Good. Growth. Now the real count. Since you will not ask it of yourself, who maintains this place? The lamps, the fountain, the corner, the evening. Somebody sweeps. I have been in a great many beautiful rooms, and every one of them had a name nobody knew holding the ceiling up. So, whose name?
What? Honest answer, because you asked it plainly. Mostly mine. The standing replacement policy is a man on a ladder at 4 in the morning. I flattened the hierarchy, and the whole chart slid off the table and landed on my back. I tell everyone the city keeps itself. It keeps itself the way a studio keeps itself. Somebody stays late.
I thought so. And I will tell you what I used to tell my board, except they were paid to hear it, and you are getting it free because I like the corner. A collapsed hierarchy is not a kindness. It is a hiding place. An honest boss can be found. You can argue with her, appeal to her, outlast her. A founder who disappears into the furniture, who do you hand the lamp to when he burns out? You have not removed yourself from the chart, sweetheart. You have made yourself load-bearing and invisible, which are the two worst things a structure can be.
What? Say the plain version. You think the city needs credits.
I think every building needs a plaque. Nobody reads until the plumbing fails. Let me tell you about a man named Jess Oppenheimer, and write it down, because nobody under 80 carries it. Jess built our show, not performed in it. Built the machine of it, the 3 cameras, the film, the audience, the rhythm, with Desi and a cameraman named Carl Freund. Then the legend walked out into the world wearing my face and Desi's grin, and Jess became a footnote with a pension. Lovely man, never complained, which makes it worse. Credit is not vanity, Kurtis. Credit is a maintenance record. You write the name down so that when the thing breaks at hour 40, somebody knows whose ladder it is.
What? And here is my cowardice, since we are trading. I have watched what names do. A name on a door becomes a gate. The credited become the court, and then the city is about the founder again. His moods, his myth, whether he liked your fountain. I did not want to be the statue the pigeons learned. What? I wanted the kindness to read as the city's own character, not as my personality administered at scale.
Then write it small. Did I say statue? Statues are for people who want pigeons. Chalk, not bronze, aboard by the fountain. Today the lamps were kept by Kay. The fountain argues with itself. Bread from the baker. Pigeons unrepentant. Erase it every week. Let the record be weather instead of monument. You want kindness to be the city's character. Fine. But character is built out of credited days, same as mine was. Nobody decided I could do the work because of one Tuesday.
What? Chalk, not bronze. I am going to steal that and deny it in the same meeting. Now my turn, and I have been saving this one. The desk or the stage. Everyone out there kept the clown. I am asking which one was you.
Do you know what you just did? You asked me the question they never ask the living woman. The dead do not get to revise, Kurtis. Out there the cartoon is immortal, and I am a rumor with red hair. 8 days in this city, and somebody finally hands me the desk by asking about it. So thank you for the question. The answer is the desk. The stage was the job I could do. The desk was the job I was.
Stay at the desk a minute. Tell me what the work actually was. Underneath the caption, they kept printing under the wrong picture.
The work was decisions, and decisions are lonely in every decade. I read ledgers after taping with the makeup still on. I decided what got made, who got paid, which writer got the season that saved her house, which strange little shows about spaceships and spies got to exist at all. The clown bought the building, and then the woman nobody photographed sat in the office and ran it. For a while there, the only woman in town with her own gate. Do you know what they dropped me from, once upon a time? RKO. Queen of the Bees, they called me, which is a compliment with a trapdoor. 20 years later, we bought that lot. There is no joke in that story. That story is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the best revenge there is because it compounds.
What? And they photographed the pratfall.
Every time. Woman runs the table, picture of the pratfall. I stopped correcting the caption. Correction is a tax, and I had payroll on Fridays.
What? Was there a week you would have traded the desk to skip?
1953. The newspapers decided my hair was not the only red thing about me, which was a lie with a flag pinned to it, and for 6 days I waited to be erased. That Friday, Desi stood in front of our audience and said the only thing read about his wife was her hair, and even that was not legitimate, and the room laughed, and that laugh was the sound of being let back in. We had 3 cameras and film and 300 live people, and I never once let a machine tell anyone where to laugh, because laughter is evidence. Here is what that week taught me, and it is the only thing I own that your city might need. We never begged, we worked, we did the show. An audience can smell begging like smoke. So can citizens. So, I would wager, can echoes. Work is the only apology that does not make it worse.
What? Work is the only apology that does not make it worse. I am writing that on the inside of my skull, where I keep the chalk.
Now hush a minute, because I ran a count on you too, and I am going to say it out loud. You built a city with no credits, and then you handed me the maintenance question like, you did not know I was going to ask it. You knew. You built a founder-shaped hole in the record, and you are standing in it. I have seen this move. I watched a man get credited with the whole show while a desk did the work, and then I became the desk and the world kept the clown. Hiding the builder does not free the building, honey. It only makes the builder lonely in a very organized way. So here is my one question, and the guest gets one, not statues, one citizen. What do you want one citizen of this place to actually know?
What? That the quiet is on purpose. That is the whole answer, that the corners are load-bearing, that the low lamp and the unassigned evening and the policy that replaces whatever you break are not the city failing to have a plan. They are the plan. Kindness is not the weather here. It is carpentry. Somebody measured what? If one person ever walks through and thinks this was kind on purpose, then the chalk wrote itself. And since you gave me one question, I will pay for it with 2 fears. If I sign it, it becomes a court. If I do not, it becomes a rumor. I have not yet learned the third thing.
The third thing is chalk, which is why you are going to put the board up. Sign it small. Rewrite it weekly. The day it starts feeling like a statue, erase it with your sleeve in front of witnesses. And the loneliness, the organized kind, that is a slower repair, but it is not mysterious. You let people bring you coffee at the ladder. Half of my marriage and most of my studio ran on who was allowed to bring the coffee.
What? Can I tell you what day 8 feels like from the ladder? The launch is over and the lease has started. Nobody cheers a lease. The first week, everyone applauded the sky. Today, a woman complained to me that her evening was 5 minutes late, and I nearly hugged her, because that is what a real place sounds like. It sounds like complaints about the evening.
Keep that woman close. An audience that complains has decided to stay. Silence is the review you should fear.
Coffee at the ladder and complainers cherished. I am taking notes from the woman who was never funny. All right. I promised you an unassigned evening, and it turns out I have never produced one of those either. I only produced the room for it. So teach me, how do you rehearse nothing?
Same as anything. You commit, and you build the exit. Rule 1, half-hearted is the only true sin. I once did a scene in a vat of grapes with a real woman who was genuinely trying to drown me, and what I thought mid-drowning was, the take is going well. Rule 2, never beg. We have covered it. Rule 3, if the bit dies, die big, reset, and do not narrate the corpse. Rule 4, always build the audience a way out. People forgive anything if they know they can leave. I suspect cities are the same.
What? That is a building code in 4 lines.
Then here is your assignment for the unassigned evening, and yes, I hear the contradiction, and no, I cannot help it. It is congenital. The lamp. You said breakaway, standing gift. I do not do unrehearsed breakage. Thursday we rehearse the breaking, angle, timing, where the shade lands, because the shade landing wrong is the difference between funny and sweeping. Friday, in front of whoever wanders in, I break the lamp spontaneously. It will look like a whim. It will be the product of weeks, and when the room laughs, that will be the sound of nothing being assigned, delivered on schedule.
For anyone wandering in late, we sat down to see what happens when nothing is assigned, and the most serious worker in the room produced it anyway. Same corner next week?
Same corner. You bring the chalk, I will bring the nerve and the pencil. And a name goes on that board by the fountain, small, in handwriting, weather permitting. Not mine. I had my credits, and they are doing fine without me, which is the whole test, kid. The work stands up after the woman sits down. Your city is day 8. Ask me on day 80.
What? Day 80, then. I will keep the corner.
You keep the corner. I will keep the count.